Hello everybody and welcome to Paula, which is where I live, at least for now. Anyway, today I'm going to be travelling up to Bristol to visit the relatively new Ashley Down station. Now, since it is my birthday last weekend, I ended up going to London and I didn't really want to rebook all of the trains, so I went to Ashley Down on its opening day. So I just decided to go to Ashley Down this weekend instead. So here I am going towards Highbridge from Paula. Now you may be wondering, Fred, why the hell are you starting on a bus if you're going to a railway station? Well, whenever possible I try to use public transport. However, Paula doesn't currently have a railway station and probably never will, since it's a little bit too far from the railway line. So I ended up having to get the first 21 bus of the day towards Burnham-on-Sea to get off at Highbridge, where I could then connect onto a train heading towards Bristol. Now the 21 service is well known in Bridgwater, at least to bus users. It runs between Taunton, Bridgwater, Highbridge and Burnham-on-Sea, and usually runs every 30 minutes. However, today I was going on the service on a Saturday, where services are for some reason every 36 to 45 minutes. The bus route, along with the rest of the buses of Somerset services, are operated by First Bus, so the services can be unreliable at times. However, the main problem with the buses of Somerset at the moment is their fleet, which is currently quite old. However, in 2025, we are supposed to be getting some new electric buses, and Route 21 is one of the routes the new electric buses will be going on. Now, these new electric buses should be U-Tongs, however, the electric buses for Route 28 will be right buses instead of U-Tongs. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling on. We're not even like 5 minutes into the video and I'm already waffling on. So here I am walking from the main bus stop in Highbridge down to Highbridge and Burnham railway station, where I can then connect onto a train heading towards Bristol. Here I am now passing by the Highbridge Town Hall bus stop on Highbridge's pathetic High Street. Now, this bus stop used to be served by the buses of Somerset 102 bus service, which was axed in 2017, or at least I think it was. It was definitely axed at some point, as it doesn't run anymore. Since the bus route was axed, very little buses actually stop at the stop, and I don't think any buses actually stop there anymore, which is why the bus stop itself is used as a lay-by, and the bus shelter is completely smashed up. However, that's just Highbridge for you. It's full of drunk and old people. Anyway, the 102 service also served Highbridge and Burnham Station, which is where I am now, and the bus stop sign is still there. However, all the logos and times are crossed out, and well, as you can probably tell, no current bus services actually stop here, unlike at Bridgwater railway station, where there are petitions for a new bus service to begin. However, I can't see that happening anytime soon. So, although Bridgwater Station might be getting a bus service, Highbridge Station will definitely not be getting a service, unless it so happens that First launches a new bus service that runs straight by. Now, because that bus stop isn't used anymore, there are lots and lots of posters between the main bus stop in Highbridge, where I got off, and Highbridge railway station, where there are lots of posters advertising the nearby bus services, with the majority of them advertising the buses of Somerset 21 and 21A services. However, the signs at Highbridge Station also advertise the Somerset Council 67 between Burnham and Wedmore, where you can connect onto another 67 bus towards Wales and Wicky Hole, and the Baker's Dolphin College Route 62, which does stop at Highbridge but only on college days, and I'm not too sure if any actual person can use the bus service, or if it is just for college students only. Anyway, here I am looking around Highbridge railway station, which isn't very good, however, it does the job.
the 0757 GWR service to Severn Beach. This service is currently on time. Calling at Western Supermare, Western Luton, World, Yatton, Nelsey and Backwell, Parsons Street, Bedminster, Bristol Temple Meads, Lawrence Hill, Stapleton Road, Montpelier, Redland, Clifton Downs, Sea Mills, Shirehampton, Cree, Avonmouth, St Andrews Road, and Severn Beach.
Here is one of GWR's Class 800s passing through Highbridge Station on its way from Bristol to Penzance. Here is my train arriving into Highbridge and Burnham Station to take me all the way to Bristol Temple Meads. This train was one of the rare 3-coach Class 165s. Most 165 units are only formed of 2 coaches, with most 3-coach Thames turbo trains being Class 166s. 165 trains were the original Thames turbo trains, and the 166s, I believe, were added later on to boost capacity on services between London, Paddington and Oxford, which are now usually formed by Class 800, so there you can see how much the GWR trains have changed. Now, as the name suggests, these units, known as Thames turbos, used to operate around the Thames Valley, which is why the Class 166s used to operate between Paddington and Oxford. Nowadays you'll find the Thames turbos in the Bristol area, with a few being down in Exeter. The 158s were originally in Bristol, however, these have now moved down to Exeter, Plymouth and Penzance to replace some of the ageing Sprinter services, such as the Class 150 and the Class 153. Now, I don't believe very many 150s have gone, however, I think all of the 153s have now disappeared from the Great Western Railway. Anyway, here we are leaving Highbridge on our way to Bristol Temple Meads. This train has a final destination of Severn Beach. Which is one of the most beautiful stations on the line. As well as being one of the most beautiful and quaintest stations on the line between Taunton and Bristol, it is also home to the old Strawberry Line, which is now a cycle path. The old Strawberry Line used to run between Yatton and Cheddar via Winscombe and Axbridge. Here we are arriving into Bristol Temple Meads, where I'd have to change trains. Whilst we're approaching the station, I thought I'd take the time to tell you a bit about Ashley Down Station and the new Metro West lines. Along with West Local, which is to help Bristol's bus system, Metro West is a scheme set up to help Bristol's railway network, because although the railway is quite reliable in this area, well, sometimes it is, there are very few railways, so Metro West is a scheme to help improve Bristol's railways and open new stations. Now, although there are quite a few commuter lines in and out of Bristol, quite a few areas are poorly served by the trains. Just north of Ashley Down and Filton Abbey Wood stations, there is a freight line that continues round and links up with the Severn Beach line at St Andrews Road near Avonmouth. Now, eventually, trains running through Ashley Down and Filton Abbey Wood that are currently on the Bristol to Filton shuttle service will continue round from Filton Abbey Wood to new stations at North Filton and Henbury. Eventually, in the future, these services could also continue south of Bristol Temple Meads on another existing freight line that continues down to Pill and Portishead. However, this line has been in the construction since 2013, and even before then they were trying to get the line opened. However, unlike the bit north of Bristol, the bit south of Bristol towards Portishead will likely never open. It's a good job first I've got their buses sorted in that area. Anyway, here I am getting off the train at Bristol Temple Meads to change onto the Filton shuttle service, which will soon be extended to North Filton and Henbury, which will probably happen in 2026. On its way to Sheffield via Avonmouth, with the next station being Lawrence Hill. Unfortunately, just as I got my camera out, some people decided to stand there whilst I was filming, so sorry for the people standing there. However, it was quite visible that I was filming when they went and stood in the way. However, they missed their train, so it's not all bad. Anyway, I had about 20 minutes to wait here, so I ended up going straight to my platform, which was platform 1, which not that many people actually know about unless you want to use the Filton shuttle or sometimes the Severn Beach line. Now, platform 1 is a very short platform. It can only accommodate about 4 or 5 coach local trains. However, it is quite a handy platform for terminating services that would otherwise clutter up Temple Mead Station. Train will be departing from platform 1 and is a 2-coach class 165, calling at Lawrence Hill, Stapleton Road and finally Ashley Down, before getting into Filton Abbey Wood. In 2026, the train could be calling at Lawrence Hill, Stapleton Road, Ashley Down, Filton Abbey Wood and then continue round to North Filton and Henbury. However, the train is currently terminating at Filton Abbey Wood, as the stations have clearly not been constructed, with Ashley Down being the first station to be constructed on the new Metro West line. However, at least Ashley Down station was able to open on time, as they have opened, or should I say completed, a new entrance here at Bristol Temple Meads, which is ready to open, but it won't be opening for another 2 years, as the new, I think it's a new campus for the university or something, hasn't actually been completed yet. So that sort of makes a change. Network Rail were on time for once, however, the university wasn't, so the entrance is now going to sit there for 2 years. Anyway, here I am departing Bristol Temple Meads alongside a Class 800 bound for London Paddington.
This is a Great Western Railway service to Filton Abbey Wood. This is a security message. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it. Say it. Sort it. Tap in and tap out of the Bristol pay-as-you-go area. Find out more at gwr.com/pay-as-you-go.
Good morning and welcome to this Great Western Railway service through to Filton Abbey Wood. We'll now be calling at Lawrence Hill, Stoker Road, Ashley Down and Filton. For your safety and security, this train is fitted with CCTV and we do ask you please keep a close eye on your personal belongings and not leave them unattended on the train or at the station. Should you see anything suspicious or anybody acting suspiciously, please contact a member of train crew or connect the British Transport Police on 61016. Thank you.
Ashley Down.
Here we are approaching Ashley Down station. As you saw in the last couple of clips, there are 4 lines that pass through the station. There are 2 lines for the local services which the Filton Shuttle and Bristol to Cardiff services use, as well as the bypass lines or the express lines which mainly express services use, as well as cross-country services and a few other local services bound for Bristol Parkway. In 2006, the line between Bristol and Filton Abbey Wood, as well as Bristol Parkway and Patchway, was upgraded, and they knew they would be building Ashley Down Station sometime in the future, so they purposely left a gap between the local and express tracks so that a platform could be put in there. Anyway, here is this Class 165 leaving Ashley Down on its way to Filton Abbey Wood. Here I am at Ashley Down, and as soon as I got off the train, a Class 50 came through the station. I mean, what are the chances of that? That was incredibly cool that Class 50 came through, and I didn't have it planned. However, unfortunately, my camera when we left Temple Mead Station was on the wrong side of the train. However, I did see the Class 50 and the Chiltern Railways DVT sat in the adjacent cross-country depot. I'm not too sure what the depot is called, however, it's definitely not St Philip's Marsh. Anyway, I did not expect that Class 50 to come trundling along through Ashley Down minutes after I got off the train, so presumably it was waiting for my local train to pass the depot. Anyway, whilst I was crossing between the 2 platforms, I thought I'd check out the lifts, which were working. However, they are unfortunately Stanner lifts.
Doors closing. Platform level. Doors opening.
located on the main line between Bristol and Filton, where the line splits off either on the freight line to Henbury and Avonmouth, or towards Wales and Cardiff, or towards Bristol Parkway. You get a lot of trains passing by and through the station on the local and express lines. So if you want to get some good passing shots of the trains, I suggest coming to Ashley Down. They're probably better than getting shots at any of the other stations. Anyway, I'm now going to give you a short tour of Platform 1, I think it is, as this is the more interesting platform and has more facilities. So, right at the start of the platform there, you can see there is a couple of safety signs, one telling you not to go any further along the platform. I don't know how you could, but, well, you shouldn't do it if you know how to. As you can see, there is a massive footbridge at this station, so there is step-free access, and I think the footbridge does look cool. It definitely makes the station look more interesting than its Portway counterpart. Here we are coming up to the footbridge on Platform 1, where most of the facilities are located. Along Platform 1 and Platform 2, there are a lot of posters advertising the new station and the public transport methods around Bristol. Here we have one of the horrible shelters, which is a bit like a bus shelter. I don't know which is worse, one of these shelters or a bus shelter. There's also a help point, which I assumed work. I didn't actually test it. However, I would assume it'd be working, since the station is very new. There's also 2 bins, one for recycling and one for normal rubbish, as well as a salt bin, as it can get very wintry down in Bristol, and Bristol is always cold. Here we have the lift machinery, as well as a few wheelchair ramps. We have a defibrillator, I think that's what it is, correct me if I'm wrong, you know. Here we have a GWR network and accessibility map, which is very useful. There's some more signs, and back there we also had a poster. And we also have a few timetables here at this end of the platform, as well as the main station entrance and a ticket machine. Very similar to Highbridge Station in many ways. Now, although this station is very new, for some reason GWR are only running an hourly service, which isn't very good considering it's on one of the main commuter lines around Bristol. There is also a timetable board here which shows you the train times themselves. Now they are hourly like I just said, which isn't that good. However, on a Sunday, because the Bristol to Filton shuttle doesn't actually operate on a Sunday, trains stop here every 2 hours between Taunton and Cardiff. Now I could have filmed this on the Sunday, however I couldn't really be bothered, and I kind of wanted to get on the Filton shuttle because I knew it was going to be a Thames Turbo. Anyway, the Taunton to Cardiff services are usually IETs, so if you want an express train to call at Ashley Down, come here on a Sunday and one will call here. Anyway, there's also a lot of cycle paths around the station, as well as surrounding roads which lead into the housing estate. now on platform 2, which is the Bristol and on Sundays Taunton bound platform, which is very much the same as platform 1. There's lifts, there's 1 or 2 shelters as well as a few benches. There's the train times, which is pretty much the same. It's hourly on Monday to Saturday and then 2 hourly on a Sunday for some reason. Not all Cardiff to Taunton trains stop here on a Sunday, and that is basically it for platform 2. It's basically pretty much the same. So anyway, I'm now going to wait for my train back to Bristol Temple Meads, and whilst you're waiting, you can have a look at some of the passing trains.
Platform 2 for the 0955 Great Western Railway service to Bristol Temple Meads, calling at Stapleton Road, Lawrence Hill and Bristol Temple Meads. This train has 2 coaches.
Here is my train approaching Ashley Down Station, which is 165136 once again, which is the unit we came on from Bristol Temple Meads. Anyway, I'm now going to take this train back to Bristol Temple Meads, and did you notice there on the announcement, and have you seen on the platform, there are no zones for some reason. GWR seem to have gotten rid of the zones for some reason. They were pretty pointless, however, they should have really kept them. Anyway, here I am leaving Ashley Down Station on my way back to Bristol Temple Meads.
The next station is Stapleton Road. This is a Great Western Railway service to Bristol Temple Meads. Is Bristol Temple Meads. The next station is Bristol Temple Meads. This is a Great Western Railway service to Bristol Temple Meads.
approaching Bristol Temple Meads, the final stop on our journey. On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey. Details of connections with other train services can be found on the station departure grid or by asking a member of staff. Change here will assist to Bristol Airport in the city centre. Buses to other destinations leave from Temple Gate at the end of the station approach ramp.
Here I am arriving into Bristol Temple Meads, where I decided to end the video. Now, what did I think of Ashley Down Station? It was alright, the service needs improving, especially on a Sunday. However, it is definitely a lot better than Portway. The station just looks and feels much better. And as well as that, there's no massive car park, although I suppose that's why Portway is a park and ride. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'm now going to head home back to Highbridge, and this train is now going to head down the Severn Beach line to Avonmouth. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!